Hey guys, Carlos Cortez here with another episode of Scriptures in Wall Street. I just came back from our staycation in Orlando, so I'm pretty happy to be back in the studio live, just basically talking about how it went down this week and giving you a market update on what's really to come, what we can see this week and possibly in a few days here. As you guys know, the GDP numbers, the projection numbers are going to be coming out on the 30th of this month. So that would be, what is that, Wednesday, I believe? Yep, that will be a Wednesday. So stay tuned to that because that is going to shock everyone. Whether it's up or down, I will find out at 8:30 in the morning. My prognosis, basically, I I wouldn't be shocked if the number was slightly up, but anything in the red, guys, anything in the red, 0.003, 0.01, or -1, whatever that GDP is, it is actually, in my views, is going to be weaker. And so if we get a negative GDP number, what that effectively means, and technically speaking, that we will have a recession. And I remember last year, I said, guys, Trump gets in, they're going to crash the markets on him. And I got laughed at. And what do we see here? We see more instability now than we ever have before. And this is just a perfect example of why the right wing will get delusional, why the MAGA group will get delusional. They could do no wrong. Nothing can happen. The market's going to grow. Look, I'm not loyal to one person, guys. I'm not loyal to one person. You have to understand, the moment that you start believing in someone, as a politician particularly, that they're human too. And also, everybody has a number. Everybody has a number. Just remember that. And I'm not saying that it would have been better with Kamala or Biden or whoever, but this two political party system and the woke media, it's all manipulation, guys. It is your responsibility to protect your retirement so that no one says, I told you so. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. There is no shame me three. So as we go into this week and we see a projection of what August 22nd is going to be, I believe is August 22nd when the real GDP number comes out. I honestly think it's going to be up. I think we're going to, on paper, void out a recession. But we still have to hold our breath because the August numbers, the real numbers, the adjusted numbers are going to come out in August, the end of August. And so we live in an environment where constantly we're in our feelings. Am I right or wrong? Like, you probably listen to this because your advisor is not talking about this. You're probably listening to this. Maybe you have fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I don't know. I could be off the rails there. Because I get a lot of calls. I get tons of calls. Say, man, you think just like me. My advisor, you're right. I'm not aligned with him spiritually. I'm not aligned with him academically. I'm not aligned with him pharmaceutically speaking. And now we are in a treacherous time. I've always said that if Trump gets in, the economy is going to grow. He is the number one trusted person for the economy. I've always said that if he gets in, we're not going to have wars. He's the number one trusted person for wars. I always said that if he gets in, the jobs are going to be better. I always said that the immigration will get solved. I always said that the kids will have a better education program, that we would be strong again. And so the passivity comes in. The blame game comes in because it didn't go the way you thought it went. Or it's not happening because it didn't happen. You see how weak You see how weak that is, guys? Because here's the deal. The charts don't lie, man. Do you want me to break out the charts and show you everything that's happening now? Or is it time to actually wake up? You see, one understanding, one person, because of your feelings, could think that way. And I get it, man. I get it because I'm there all the time and I always have to check myself. But the charts don't lie, dog. The charts don't lie, man. And so this podcast is about truth. This podcast is about reality. This podcast has always been not about your feelings, but the truth. To cater to your feelings would be catering to the weak. We're not weak here. Because God said, "For I have not given you the spirit of fear, but of love, power, sound mind." And so we don't fear if the Jews are taken over. We don't fear if the Mormons are taken over. We don't fear the aliens. We don't fear the AI. We don't fear any of that. Because guess what? We're going to die and we are going to face God one day. And we won't be alive to see his face. But he's going to ask us, what did you do for me? Did you know me? And what are you going to say? Some people read so much self-help books, study about the Fed, worry about taxation of sovereignty, walking away from their duties. They fascinate so much on things that are primarily driving fear. The QFS, the 10 Days of Darkness, the heart machines, the election machines, the Jewish empire, the Bilderberg Group. When does it end? The manipulations, the CBDC. I mean, it never ends, guys. It never ends. And if we simply put our energy in actually something that is real, like the truth, we would have more clarity. We would have more wisdom. Not this stupid knowledge, but actual wisdom. You know, what's interesting is because we pray for knowledge, and the Bible even says, my people suffer from a lack of knowledge. My people fail because of a lack of knowledge. But it's actually, but later in scriptures, it also talks about knowledge is knowledge, but wisdom is applied knowledge. And it says that if you have knowledge and you don't apply it, you are a fool. Like God calls you a fool. Straight up clown. I don't want to be called a fool. I don't know about you. So if you send me emails about scriptures and don't have context to it, to me, it's foolish. Because I could read the Bible anytime I want on my phone, anywhere. And so I ask you folks, don't send me emails with scripture and no context on it, because I will call you out on it. So as we dive deep into this, you know, one of the amazing things is Hulk Hogan. As you guys know, I'm here in Tampa, Florida, Clearwater, Florida, Oldsmar area, and Hulk just passed away. Now, I don't know if it was jab related. I don't know. I'm not here to make a conspiracy out of it. But one thing I do know is that he gave his heart to Jesus. And that is a true man of God. That is a legend. We almost can appreciate more what he did for not just here locally, but America, for the whole world. To the children that were blessed to take a selfie with him, get an autograph. He was just such a man that would go out of his way to just be an impact. And thank you, Hulk. I'm going to tell my kids about you, how awesome you are. And I love your tattoo, Immortal. And no, it wasn't because of your ego. It was your vulnerability that won the hearts of many and why you are living forever, John 3:16. Because your sins were washed away, brother. And thank you, because that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, is having the ability to acknowledge that Jesus Christ is Lord and that we are just vessels. Nothing else matters. Not all the conspiracy, not the charts, not the money, not the fame, not the fortune. Is that Jesus Christ is the only truth out there besides dying. It's the absolute truth. And guess what? Even that, we know that, but we don't apply it. How deep is that? We know John 3:16. We know that Jesus Christ is Lord and that we have everlasting life. That whoso believeth in him will have everlasting life. Such a simple Bible verse, but yet so powerful. And we tend to complicate things. Hulk didn't. He just accepted Christ, accepted that, he can't do it his way anymore. And he had all the money, he had all the fame, he had everything he wanted, but he couldn't do it anymore. And I love his heart, man. I just love his heart. It just melts. How beautiful that story is. I'm so proud that you are from my neighborhood and you will live forever, brother. God bless you. Love your heart. Now, as we go into what is actually to come, I want you guys to understand that although we know we're all in a recession right now, you feel it in your local neighborhoods, you can simply just drive to your local downtown area and look at all the buildings that are completely empty. Go to a restaurant and you're lucky if you can count a staff more than 7, 8 people. But it's really weird because you go to the malls and there's lines going into designer stores. You go to places like Orlando, who I was at, you can't even find parking at the shopping malls. You can't find parking anywhere. The highways are so busy. For a 15-minute drive now is taking 45 minutes. To go down 4 miles would take you possibly 45 minutes. Where in the world are these people coming from? Where are they getting money? Because the banks are starting to sell off again. A liquidity crisis is coming. The dollar's freaking weakening. We're going to talk about that right now. And the Brits were in Orlando this weekend, just like laughing it up. Ha, 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 ha. And you can tell because they look funny. They got their tube socks all the way to their knees. They're wearing sandals and they're fair skinned. They look like tomatoes over here in Florida. And then they're just entitled. A lot of them were just entitled. Not even opening the door for pregnant women, cutting people off, for parking spots to get a discount at an outlet. I mean, just crazy what people do. That's not us. That's not us. I could care less about a discount on a popular brand. Man, it is so ass backwards how our economy is right now, how people are right now. Very upsetting. So, but my tone here is I really am just grateful. I'm grateful for the time I spent in Orlando this week. I'm grateful that we had ability to stay in our condos, and took my kids out to the parks. Definitely not Disney. We did Universal, and they just, it's fun to be a kid. It's fun to be a kid. So just enjoying time doing that. And I don't know if you've seen like the Budweiser. You remember the Budweiser commercial? Well, they had like this Budweiser frog thing where it reenacted the the Budweiser, and the kids don't even know what that is. And so they had these pads on the ground, and one said Bud, the middle pad said Wise, and the end pad at the end said And there was like 7 or 8 different frogs, and each pad had a different noise, like fill-ins. But the main thing was Budweiser frogs, and so yeah, it was pretty cool. Anyways, we had a lot of phone calls today, this week. The phone calls were like, "Hey, Carlos, I've been watching you for 4 years now, and I'm just finally pulling the plunge to call you. I'm tired of funding things I don't know. I'm tired of just not knowing where my retirement is going to be at. I'm tired of worrying about it, and I don't know if I have enough money to retire. And maybe you don't, but I tell you what, you can't afford to lose. And more importantly, the money that you do have in your 401k and IRAs, do you really own it? Because the government is going to raise taxes. And look, I know I have tons of clients with IRAs, and it's a hard conversation. But when you pull that money out, and if you got $1 million in IRA, you really have like 500,000, unless you know a strategy to pull it out where not all of it's taxable. And that's what we can talk about. So the main thing you need to do, again, it's not investment advice, it's for information, education purposes only. But typically, what you would want to do, what would be in your best interest, is have a strategy to pull out of your IRAs, still pay taxes on it, but have the ability to pay those taxes, leveraging the money that you're pulling out. And that's what we specialize in. Because if you have an IRA and 401k, the most important thing you need to worry about is if you lose money in those accounts, you will have to pay taxes when you pull it out. The problem is you can't write off those losses in those 401ks and those IRAs. So the best thing to do is securitize, privatize, lock it in, lock in your principal, then grow it. So you never have to worry about going underneath, losing money in your 401k. Now, we have many clients that have yellow money, which is managed money, and our traders are really good at basically navigating the markets. To get an email on a Sunday or over the weekend, basically telling you what's going to happen this week and actually do something about it, applying that knowledge because it's wisdom, backed by AI, backed by charts, technically and fundamentally. That's probably one of the most gangster setups you can ask for going into retirement. But unfortunately, big bank Wall Street does not give their corporate vaccinated advisors the tools to do the best interest for you. That has been my experience. There literally are sheep. They literally are robots. They literally dress the same way. They have a dress code. They literally have to do what their bosses tell them to do. When it comes to your money, mind you, your money, your decisions, you give it to them. They tell you what to do. If you don't like it, get out of the kitchen and pay me the fee. Oh, and pay me while you're out too. Don't even ask where the money's going because we're going to fund your woke local library, and we're going to fund your public school system with the people we think it's right, regardless of their spiritual mindset. I mean, this is reality, guys. There you have ESG, DEI, call it whatever you want. It's out there, man. It's out there. And literally, I am the only licensed financial advisor that has a podcast that is actually conservative and that is independent, meaning we're fiduciaries. I'm a fiduciary. I have to do what's in your best interest. Now, I have a license that's all marked to hell in a handbasket for a previous situation, obviously, unbeknown to me. But the banks don't like me. Banks don't like me. And I'm cool with that. Totally cool with that. Because I will not cater to them. I cater to you. You're the client. I'm just a white hat in the industry. Might be a reason why I love white hats. I'm just a white hat in the industry, guys. Like, I want to do what's best for our clients, our God-fearing, patriotic clients. I no longer have to fake it till you make it. I no longer have to do what I'm told by the big banks because I can't do that. That is hogwash, man. No longer. And no, my company doesn't have its own products. Neither should your advisor have its own products. Your advisor should be able to formulate a plan, formulate and cater to your own risk levels, also known as a standard deviation. One of the things you should be asking your current advisor, stockbroker, planner, whoever you want to call them, is what is my standard deviation on my portfolio? And if he or she hesitates to answer that, I don't know what's worse. The fact that they don't know what it is, or the fact that they don't want to tell you. It's that simple. Just ask him or her, what's my standard deviation on my whole portfolio? Let me know what your response. You can email me at info@CortezWM. Whatever questions you have, you can email me at info@CortezWM.com. And it's time to get serious, guys. It's time to get serious. I think we missed a bullet. This number is positive here Wednesday. I think we missed a huge bullet because it's not that hard to tell that the real estate is already showing signs. In Las Vegas, they're already showing '08 signs all over again. Homes are going up for foreclosures, for sales. Short sales are starting all over again here locally in Tampa, Florida as well. Las Vegas is getting smacked. California, I mean, you name it, all the 5 states. I think it was Tampa, Las Vegas, Texas, a part of Texas, California, Phoenix. Here we are, the real estate bubble all over again. But this time it's going to be worse because now we got the banks involved. We got literally 2008 commercial properties, like commercial properties. And so we're going to look at some charts here real quick. So check this out. We haven't really talked about this one in a while. So this is KRE. Now, what's interesting is that we have a buy signal, obviously. This was back in late June. And it went up. But now, obviously, it went up from 57 to 62. Good 9% gain there. Now we're starting to see momentum weakening. We can see the momentum coming down here. My MACD, which is my oscillator, literally is turning yellow. Now, when it turns yellow, that means it's about to change. It's about to change over. Every time that you see yellow, the colors are changing. Colors are changing. Yellow colors are changing from red to green. So we're starting to see some yellow bumps here, which is cool. I like it. And this is on a 4-hour. Now, this is a daily. So here we are. Yep. So this is on a daily. I was showing you on a weekly. So the weekly is really, really hard to change. These are all lagging, by the way, by design. But going back to the daily, I like the daily because it kind of gives us a overview of what to expect from a day-to-day standpoint. And as we see, the banks are literally coming down in value. Like I have red momentum here. There is no lying here. The MACD has signaled, hey, there's a huge loss of momentum of this particular standard ETF of the banks. This is regional banks, guys. This is not a stock. This is like all the banks, regional banks, which is like the core of America. But yeah, here we are with KRE. We're starting to see weakness there, but also USD. Let's go ahead and look at a dollar. Holy smokes. The dollar's not going to crash on Trump. Never would it ever crash on Trump. Here we are. Woo. Let's go to the weekly. Oh, we are already on the weekly. Look at this huge candle. I mean, this is a massive, massive trajectory down. And actually, I don't even want to look at the dollar. I want to look at the euro. Since I saw all these British people shopping in Orlando, US dollar for the euro. We got a death cross here, actual death cross formulating in May. Just a massive, massive sell off. Could be why gold's been going down. Actually, like Terry said last podcast, it's not that gold's going up, it's going up because the dollar's getting lower. And so there's a huge correlation from the dollar going down to the gold going up. It doesn't move on inflation, it moves on, typically correlated to the dollar. So we'll look at gold prices here real quick. But guys, this is a massive, massive sell-off. Massive sell-off. We also had a downgrade. And you guys remember, saw it over the weekend. You can help pay the debt on Venmo. Like, how embarrassing is that? We can legit help pay down the national debt by getting your Venmo account involved. Send them $5. Who wants to help pay the U.S. national debt? Seriously. All the COVID spending, all the housing. You remember the Spanish, I think they're blacks, low income people. It was all over the board. The illegals, they got mortgages when hardworking Americans like yourself and I couldn't get a mortgage. Do you remember that? It's time to pay up, buddy. It's time to pay up all the PP loans, the COVID bills. I mean, there was just so much junk. I couldn't even remember during COVID, like the billions of dollars that we spent on stupidity. It was bad. Well, here we are. This is not me being like fear mongering. This is literally the dollar right now against the euro. It's disgusting. Oh, and by the way, here's a euro against the dollar. So for our dollar, you can now exchange it for $1.20. $1.19679. They'll round it off to the 20. Of course, you got to pay a broker fee in there. But yep, our dollar is worth $1.20 over there. So they're coming on here on a 20% discount. And this thing looks like it's taken off. Look at my momentum on the euro versus the dollar. It's all green. Like this thing literally is coming off the map. Now, will their euro crash? Absolutely. It will come down just like most cycles. Like it did back in 21. You see how that euro went completely down. Boom. It went from 120 all the way to 98 cents. And we were at parity. And we were just at parity like not too long ago. Like in around 23, was it? No. It was sooner than that. It was in 24. It was like in December area, January. Yeah, pretty close to parity. In July of 24, last summer. Now, nope, it is taken off. And that's what I thought was suspicious, is because we were at pretty much dollar for dollar with the euro for so long, for a whole year. And then just recently, I'm telling you, I went to Orlando and I saw nothing but British people. And they're just coming down here, sleeping in our hotels, eating our food, flying our flights, taking all the clothes that you wanted to buy for your kids, all the toys that you wanted to buy for their birthdays, and they are just sweeping it up. It's insanity. Them and the Brazilians, they're all over here in Orlando. I'm not in Orlando, but that's where I go on the weekends with my family because I have vacation homes there. And this is why our dollar is weakening, and they're taking advantage of all the products. You know, I was speaking to somebody that spoke English from Brazil, and they were looking at a Dyson vacuum. It's cheaper for them to actually go fly to America to buy a Dyson vacuum, stay in a hotel, fly back, and it still would be cheaper than buying a Dyson vacuum in Brazil. So this is a USD versus Brazil. I mean, it's wild, man. Like USD, let's look at the opposite way. I mean, even the US dollar is losing value to the Brazilians, the Brazilian real. Look at this. It's just going down. And they're coming up here because their dollar's getting stronger and it's cheaper to buy their designer clothes and the things that they like over here than it is way over there. So much going on, guys, with the dollar and the war. But let's look at gold real quick. Gold's at 35.09 right now, guys. And guess what? We're starting to see on a weekly chart some weakness and on a daily. So it does have a little bit of weakening. It will come down. We're already at a cycle top. We're on the high on the S&P 500. So that could correlate too, where people are getting out of the S&P 500 because it's feel like it's cycle topping, like it's reached this natural high. On a daily, I'm starting to get sell alerts on gold. Now, I don't think it would just completely tank, but you tell me. Here we have a red oscillator back in early June that is losing momentum on gold. And this is just obviously a short-term thing. It's not a long-term thing. I think gold will continue to rise as much conflict that is to come. But yeah, we're starting to see the top of gold right now at 3,500. So be very careful if you have gold. I've always said if you bought it, 2 years ago, a year ago, anywhere back here, there's nothing wrong with selling a portion of your gold and letting the other fly. Just, I don't know, sell half of it. Again, not investment advice. Everybody's different. There's a reason why you buy gold, but it is red money. And don't get me wrong, I love Cornerstone, I love Terry, but to me, this is just a traded commodity. And if you would like silver, precious metals, palladium, copper, gold, silver, not just gold, then contact Terry. His number is at the bottom here. Over at Cornerstone, they're literally are one of the best precious metal dealers on this planet. They shoot you straight. They're Bible based, and the dude is a God fearing man of God. I love him, and I just had him on my podcast last podcast. So very very sharp guy. And what I love about Terry is he was a financial advisor like me. Had a bunch of licenses, worked for AG Edwards. He knows red money, he knows green money, and yellow money. So reach out to him. Even if you're just trying to check up on me, like on my approach, call him, go visit him, and get ready to spend a good 30 minutes on a phone with him because he's just full of knowledge. Awesome guy. So yeah, here we are. There's a sell sign on gold. Maybe you wait. Maybe you just wait for it to come down a little bit and then buy it. So I got the question, what about SPXS? I don't think it's time to buy this yet, guys. But this actually makes 3 times the money when the S&P 500 collapses and goes down. This is how you make money in a stock market collapse. Again, this is for information, education purposes only. This is not investment advice. Invest at your own risk. Please do not call me and say, hey, Carlos, you told me to invest in this and I lost all this money. No, I didn't. I'm just letting you know what the charts say. So SPXS, look it up again. So right now it is at 341. Holy smokes. What a good, cheap deal. In case the stock market collapses, you can literally buy shares at 341 and make a killing when the stock market collapses. I still feel that this is some downside here. So I think you could lose some money from 341 possibly to, I don't know, 250. But anytime you can get a huge, huge ETF that people use to hedge themselves for less than $5, you are winning. Now, if the stock market goes up, you will lose money in this account 3 times the amount. So there is risk here. So only put money that you can afford to lose. Only put money that you are okay leaving in for months at a time, if not years. Because when that stock market does collapse, anyone that's in here that has call options that are in the money, they're going to be millionaires. Huge, huge upside. Also, SQQQ, I haven't looked at it in a while. This would be a trade. This is not a long-term hold, guys. Right now, this puppy is at $10.85. Holy shnikes. Dang. Wow. I'm sorry. No. It's not $10.85. It's at $19.45. Sorry. But this could go to $10.85 is what my software is saying. The yellow, we got yellow yellow on the MACD. We got red traffic lights all over the place. Momentum is shifting. When the NASDAQ crashes, short-term trade, obviously, this puppy will look amazing. I mean, huge. This thing could go hundreds, if not $500. Just massive. This thing is massive. It moves massively. It was well over 1,000 before a split. I mean, look at this thing. It looks like it has the likes of Bitcoin, this sucker. Whew. Wow. So yeah, it is at a very, very, very low and cheap rate. Again, this is for somebody that wants to invest when the market does go down. It's just something that to keep on your radar. So pretty amazing what this ETF could do. Again, just a little market update for someone that wants to invest in something like this. Also, I want to look at TMF. All my TMF holders, you know, I was a big fan of TMF and it's been kicking our ass and we're getting clobbered all year long. Literally, you've been with me since December. I got in around 50 and I thought it was a good deal. And then it just tanked all the way to like 38 for now 6 months. But we're starting to see green bars, baby. We are starting to see some green bars. Let's go. Let's go. We are not dead yet. We are not dead yet. I have a $100 strike price on this. And we are starting to see some green. That means interest rates are lowering very, very soon. We're starting to see green inflows into this. Why are people buying TMF just now? Oh, well, not only is it a good deal, but if interest rates go down, this sucker could go to, whew, this sucker could just take off. Again, this is not investment advice at all. This is a trade that you could lose all your money in. 6 to 12 months is what we've been holding this puppy. And a lot of my friends, a lot of my fans have been holding this and taking the risk. Absolutely okay taking a risk because they know interest rates eventually are going to come down. But if it doesn't, then we lose everything. And that's the risk we take, guys. It takes money it takes risk to make money. And this is one hell of a way to build capital. But I can't believe how cheap this sucker is. $36. I was happy at 50. And guys, let me tell you, this can go up to $400 something dollars. Realistically, I think it can go up to 200, and the rest will be gravy. I got maybe, I don't know, $10,000 worth of call options on it. That's probably worth about $4,500. I got murdered on it. But I told you guys going in, don't invest money that you can't afford to lose. And this is a 6 to 12 month wait on this puppy. And I don't even know if it's going to go up. This is just me saying that the traffic lights are turning green. It could go up. As soon as they lower interest rates, this puppy has to go up. These are the prices on those bonds. The bonds got murdered because the interest rates went up. As you guys know, interest rates went up on mortgages, on cars, and car notes, and everything. 401k withdrawal, everything has gone up. Credit card defaults, even repossessions on automobiles. So interest rates need to come down. And so it's just like anything else. Like, look at this sucker, man. Woof. And then now we're starting to see buy signals. We got bullish power on my indicator, green traffic lights, up, down, sideways. This thing looks to appear to hit rock bottom. Maybe it'll go down to 32. That would be pretty cool if it can go to 32. I'll probably scoop some up right then and there. So pretty interesting that we're starting to see some green lights at the end of the tunnel. Invest wisely. If you're looking at buying a TMF, I still like the $100 call options on this bad boy. Pretty amazing stuff. Okay, so let's look at the QQQs. For those of you that are in Sentinel Security, we've been going to the Qs or Atlantic Coast Life. We actually been transferring into this. We now can get this account, all greens here, by the way. Nothing but green glory. We now can make, depending on your state, we can make 120% with no bonus, or you can get 85% of the NASDAQ with a 15% bonus with no fees and no risk to your principal. So if you're interested in that, give us a call because look at the NASDAQ. The AI is literally pushing the NASDAQ. Probably will be pushing everything forward for the next decade as robots get introduced. By the way, China's already combating with Tesla with household robots that are coming very, very, very quickly. Like very quickly. Like I believe it's ready. You can buy one now if you want. Not too sure on how, but you can buy one now. Check out this video. Again, it's not an advertisement for buying a robot, but yeah, it's here. So, in order to have a robot, you got to have AI. In order to have AI, it's going to be in the QQQ because the AI company is NASDAQ, Google, Tesla, Microsoft, the Magnificent Seven are definitely in the QQQs, the NASDAQ. And so now we have green money. We have bumper rails that you can literally buy the NASDAQ with no risk, no fees. Get your money credited by the same stuff that you're going to be getting by your cookie cutter based vaccinated advisor. And now we can lock in those gains of the NASDAQ that has been yielding 16.8% for the past 40 years. Huge, huge. And particularly from 2016 to 2020, the NASDAQ has yielded over 100%. So imagine getting 85% with a 15% bonus with no fees and no risk. Imagine just getting no bonus and just having a higher participation rate and making 1.2 times that amount at 120% par rate. That's what you effectively could do right now while interest rates are favorable for you. Give us a call, 813-448-3446. We typically can double your money based on these projections within 4 to 6 years. No joke, no fees, no risk. You just have to be comfortable accessing 10% a year of your accumulated value. And that's it. So if you're young, if you're like 45 years old and you want to retire at 65 and you have $1 million, it probably would be worth $5 or $6 million in 20 years, maybe more, if you just never touched it. I know personally for me, I have 100 grand in these type of accounts when I was 40. By the time I'm 40, let's see here. By the time I'm 49, it should be around 800 grand. By the time I'm 59, it should be over $2.5-4 million. I'm just going to take that money and live off 5-6% for the rest of my life. I'm comfortable. House is paid. Kids are already in college. All I have to do is work 19 more years, and I'm happy. I actually could retire in 5 years if I wanted to. I love what I do. So I probably will be doing this for a long time. I'm just looking for a few clients that want to roll with retirement with me. Maybe you're a great client. Maybe you're not. But I'm not bringing on clients 5 years from now. I'm just only going to be working with a select few. And I want to start building relationships right now. So give us a call. Let's have a conversation. 813-448-3446. Or you can visit us at americafirstretirementplan.com. Check it out. It's been amazing. It's been a heck of a ride the past 4 years. I'll be doing this for a long time. It only is going to get better and better. The charts are going to get better and better. The conversations are going to get real and more intimate. And everything is going to be very transparent. All you got to do is give us a call. Break the traditional dad advisor. Oh, my dad had this advisor. Break that nonsense of doing business with the woke companies and find a fiduciary. It doesn't even have to be me. Find a fiduciary that believes in what you believe in spiritually, medically, socially, academically. And there's no need to have a brick and mortar advisor anymore. We are 100% virtual. We have clients in literally every state of the United States, literally every state. On the fixed side, on the managed side, we want to help you. So if that's you, we'll love and we'll be honored to serve you. We're not desperate for business. We've told clients no before. It's okay. Especially the ones that send pointless emails of just regular scriptures and no context. So, and yes, I do make money when you invest. I make 1%. So it's not a secret. Not a secret, guys. So we're here for the long haul. We want to do it with you. The QQQ is such an amazing index. If you're not in it in a safe way, give us a call. You'll definitely be missing out. And this is not me hyping it. This is me quantifying it because look at the historicals. When's the last time you received this type of returns, man? Like this is back in 2012. It just keeps going up. Okay, it went sideways for like 7 years from 2003 to 2008. Holy smokes, man. This thing is just insane. The NASDAQ, there's no better index than the NASDAQ. Like legit. Tell me what index is better than the NASDAQ. And you simply could get access to all of this. No fees and no risk. I get buy and sell alerts all the time on this. Just got a buy signal back in May. And it's been going up. It's been going up for a long time. And guess what? We're just getting started. So give us a call. You want to get in NASDAQ, protect your principal, double your principal in a matter of 3 to 6 years. No fees, no risk. Not me saying it. It's the chart saying it. It's the historicals. There's just nothing better for growth purposes only. Now, we can do this with IRA money. We can do this with brokerage money. We can do this with bank money. And by the way, what's so beautiful about all this is that your principal is guaranteed. You're in contract law. So you're not in the CBDC system. You're not into the banking FDIC scam where you're relinquishing your money to the bank and you don't own it. You have the ability to withdraw it, but you don't own it. This is why during COVID, this is why during any liquidity crisis, you cannot access more than several $1,000s at a time. This is why bank closures happen all the time. Maybe not the bank itself, but the actual location branches closed down because they got tired of people withdrawing money going from one bank to another bank. So they decided, you know what, we're only going to have like one bank in one in a 30-mile radius and close everything down. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Secure your retirement, guys. Give us a call. We want to help you. 813-448-3446. I don't know if you've changed, if you've seen any changes with me physically, but I've been working on my health, been exercising, and honestly, just trying to be a fit dad so I can wear my kids out. But one of the things that have really, really helped me is just cleaning out my blood, all the pesticides. I'm not vaccinated, but I did get Resdemivired when I was dying of COVID. It was only by the grace of God that I lived. So because I got Resdemivired, I was always panicky about my kidneys. And you read all this stuff, we don't know the long-term effects. So what I've done to do is I've actually decided to cleanse the blood. And so they have all these amazing supplements. One of them I recommend called FixTheBloodUSA.com. It's got 44 botanical nutrients in it that you really can't get here in America. And all you got to do is spray this stuff 4 times underneath your tongue, 3 times a day. About 30 days from now, you'll notice a difference of more energy. Your skin's clearer. You guys remember that hockey puck I took to the arm? I don't know if you can see it. It's still there. It didn't even hurt. Like, it was amazing. Like, the pain. I mean, just everything feels better. Everything. And I don't know where you pick up pesticides, maybe from seafood, maybe from the air, maybe from the plastics in your clothes, maybe it's from the deodorants you use, the shampoos you use. I don't know. I don't know any of that stuff. But what I do know is that a simple product like this could change your life. Go to FixTheBloodUSA.com. A lot of people that have been vaccinated are taking this. A lot of people that have bad problems with their eyesight or cholesterol has been taking it. I've gotten reports that it's helping people's skin, just diseases being reversed. I used to be type 2 diabetic. It was only through walking and caloric deficit and exercising while I was able to reverse it. Now my A1C is under 4.5. So pretty amazing to biohack your life like that. My metabolic age is a lot younger than what I am. So I'm pretty excited about that because I want to be here for my kids. And also, we want to make sure our temple is right. God bless you with a temple. Let's take care of it. So with that being said, guys, I'm out of here. Love y'all. And I hope you like the pictures from Orlando. And give us a call. Give us a call. We want to help you with your retirement. 813-448-3446 or visit us at CortezWM.com.